My name is Barry Shaw. As a Blackpool historian, I have given many presentations about Stanley Park, and it remains one of the jewels in our wonderful town. It has held a special place in many people's hearts over the years and definitely fulfilled the designer's wish to provide something for everyone. Mr. Derbyshire lived across the road from the park and watched it being built as a young boy.
Well, my full name is William Arnold Derbyshire. I was born on the 11th of February 1916.
So you were a young boy then when the park was being built, weren't you?
I was indeed.
And did your dad used to take you across to watch some of the labourers?
No, I used to go on my own.
Did you?
Yeah.
And they let you across then?
Those were the days when small children could wander out and the mothers would know they'd be back safe from traffic and predators when they were hungry.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was white clay. There was a layer of white clay. We had clay in our back garden. Good brick clay it was. I used to make little toys out of it, dry them in the sun.
It's open. Did you use the park a lot?
My word, I did. Yes. But then there was a children's place. You're allowed. And they didn't have rowing boats. And my father hadn't taught me how to row then. My father taught me how to row in the early days of the park. But there were what they now call, in foreign parts, pedalos.
Edith and her brother were taken by their parents to the opening ceremony in 1926. Her dad worked for Sir Lindsay Parkinson, who had given over the land for the building of the park.
Hello, my name is Edith Wilkinson. I was born in Blackpool on the 23rd of January 1920, and I have lots of memories of Stanley Park. Well, my father worked for Sir Lindsay Parkinson, and of course we got a lot of friends through different people, you know. Walked from Wood Park Road to the park, my mother and dad and my younger brother, and it's not so far really, is it? No, it's not so far.
No.
From Wood Park Road along Whitegate Drive, yes, it's not far. We went up to this place where Lord Derby was, and my mother and dad, and Fred and I stood here, and then it all started, you see. It was this big door.
So they
all come through.
all came through,
Yeah.
And you followed?
Big rush. I don't know where we went then. I don't know where we went. As we got the folks, we came to this door. It was like, and Lord Derby stood in the front of it, and we were round the side of him like that. He was there and we were here. I can see us in my mind, stood there, you know.
So somebody took a photo of you and your brother?
Somebody must have taken a photograph.
Mr. Robinson has always lived near the park and has many happy memories spanning 90 years.
My name is John Robinson and I'm 89 years old. I have many happy memories of Stanley Park. I had an early association with the lake when, as a young boy, I fell in at the deep part by the rocks whilst playing hide and seek. After going under twice, I was lucky that a passing gent reached out with his walking stick to pull me out whilst my brother laughed. Needless to say, I have never been keen on swimming since. Back in the 40s and 50s, the lake used to get so frozen that you could skate on it. During our courting years, my wife and I would enjoy happy times in the park. I played just about every sport there was on offer, from cricket to golf, and so did my children. Now I still enjoy a stroll in the park after all these years. I usually end up in the cafe for a snack. Happy 90th birthday, Stanley Park, and thanks for the memories.
Elaine currently leads a group of volunteers known as the Friends of Stanley Park. They are responsible for organising the 90th celebrations.
My name's Elaine Smith, and I've been chairman of the Friends of Stanley Park for quite a number of years now. It's actually the Friends of Stanley Park and the Salisbury Woodland. I've been part of this since the beginning, when it started in 2002, the Friends, and I'm delighted that I'm still here and chairman for the 90th birthday celebrations. The park was actually opened on October the 2nd, 1926 by the 17th Earl of Derby. Everything happens in Stanley Park. Over the years it's had every sort of sports that you can imagine played there. It has all sorts of entertainment, and this year's a particularly big one. We've not only got the bands on the bandstand, which the Friends put on every Sunday during the summer months, and also we have the motor shows, the motorcycle shows. But this year we've also got a circus, a very arty circus, which is on in the evening, doesn't start till 9:30, and it's going to have people in the trees. We've got the dinosaurs are coming for a fortnight. We have a showing of Jane Austen, an outdoor performance of Jane Austen. In other words, Stanley Park is much used and much loved by everyone. Yes, I think the Italian Gardens is my favourite spot. I love the Italian Gardens. I think all the different plants throughout the year, it has a change of plants. And I like it now that the fountains are going. We did have a phase where we had trouble with the fountains, but the Friends paid for them to be repaired. So yes, and of course the lions. I love my lions. The originals went back to Stowe, but they did make us some good copies. And it also gave us a good relationship with the people at Stowe, because every year the Stowe band comes and plays on the bandstand, and they keep very much in touch with us.
If somebody would like to join the Friends of Stanley Park, how do they go about it, and how often do you meet?
We meet on the third Saturday of every month at 2 o'clock in the Visitors Centre. Anyone is welcome to come and join us. They don't have to be a member to come to that meeting. We might talk them into it at the end of the meeting, but anyone is very welcome to come. We always have a speaker, normally about the environment around Blackpool. And we always have an update from the parks manager on anything that is happening, and we make everyone welcome.
Sandy was an apprentice gardener at the park. Her time there was to shape her career and future.
Hello, my name's Sandy, and I started as an apprentice in Blackpool Parks Department as an apprentice gardener in 1969. I started working in the greenhouses, taking cuttings, sowing seeds, and sweeping paths, and doing all the manual labour that any apprentice gardener would normally do. There were 3 girls started the year I started. There was myself and 2 other girls, Irene and Linda, and we became great friends. We all went to Myesco Agricultural College together, and we all met future husbands at Myesco College. We spent quite some time in the greenhouses learning how to propagate all the different kinds of plants. One interesting thing is when Blackpool Zoo started at the same time we were there, so we had to propagate a lot of plants to go over to Blackpool Zoo for the starting of that, and that was very exciting.
People come for miles to visit Stanley Park's Art Deco Cafe.
My name is Sean, and it's a family-run business in the Art Deco Cafe, the Gallagher family. A little bit of history of the Art Deco Cafe. It opened in 1936, the original Art Deco, and we took over the Art Deco Cafe 8 years ago, and the Art Deco features we've maintained. It's classic Art Deco. It's a thriving business, and since the rise of afternoon teas the last 5 or 6 years, it makes it an ideal venue for afternoon teas with vintage tea settings against the background of the wonderful Italian gardens. All year round, it's a thriving business. We get lots of community involvement through our charity, which is Blackpool Carers. Lots of events take place in Stanley Park, and it's an ideal venue for all sorts of people to come. We have disabled access. It's a big, spacious building. We have big windows, lights in, and it overlooks the wonderful Italian gardens and the flowers just in front of the cafe.
So as you see, Stanley Park continues to thrive. We look forward to welcoming you back for our centenary celebrations.